Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
You just heard the sound of gunfire in a South Florida school. The situation is still unfolding as we speak. Many people thought it was firecrackers at first. Some students went into lockdown in a classroom. We have been following this breaking story for you all day. Here's what we know at this hour. It's unclear on the exact number of people who have been injured at the school in Parkland, Florida. And we're learning the gunman has been identified as 18-year-old Nicholas Cruz, a former student who is in custody. NBC's Chris Pallone has the latest and a warning for you. Cell phone video from inside this school could be disturbing to some.
Oh my God!
Broward County, Florida, reports of an active shooter. It happened before 3 o'clock at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. Parents and police raced to the scene. Tactical teams surrounded the school as parents texted with their children still barricaded inside. An ambulance rushed at least one person away. There are reports of more injuries, but it's unclear right now how many. As police searched for the gunman, students ran from the building with their hands in the air. One man talked to his sister by phone after she made it out alive.
She answered the phone just trembling and in shock that she saw people being shot at, and luckily she was able to make it out.
The school has about 3,000 students. The school district tweeted the shooting started just before dismissal. President Trump has been briefed on the shooting and has tweeted his condolences to the victims. Around 4 o'clock, more than an hour after the shooting, police were spotted putting a man in handcuffs into a police car. Moments later, the sheriff's office tweeted that a suspect is in custody. Parents are waiting to reunite with their children as this tragedy continues to unfold. This is at least the 13th school shooting in the United States this year. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
The Broward County Sheriff's Office is just now confirming that 14 victims have been taken to the hospital so far. Now on to a story that will continue to develop throughout the week. Republican Congressman Kevin Cramer says he is reconsidering a bid for Senate in North Dakota. He says the move is out of patriotism and because people from his party don't think Democratic Senator Heidi Heitkamp can be defeated without him. Cramer added that he would make a decision by the weekend. And Cramer's decision comes after Republican candidate Gary Emeneth decided to drop out of the race. Emeneth says he has spoken with Cramer several times in the past week and expects him to enter the race. Emeneth's departure leaves State Senator Tom Campbell as the only major GOP challenger to Heitkamp. It feels a little like spring out there with sunshine and some melting on the roads, but we'll plunge back to reality soon enough. Hutch, things are changing overnight?
Spring? Well, yeah, I tell you what, it feels great out there. Temperatures are still very nice, and we hit the 40s today in southeast North Dakota, almost 50 in Sisseton for the afternoon temperature there. 46 the high in Wahpeton, so far Fargo 38, 39 Grand Forks, and 36 in Roseau. Everybody getting into the fun. Look at Babe the Blue Ox, a little sweaty out there at 47 degrees. The mild weather does continue for now as we head into the evening hours, but along the international border, not far from the Rock Lake area in Towner County, some flakes of snow. Forecast shows that by 10 tonight, that band of snow will move down the Highway 2 corridor and continue its trek southward into the overnight. More on that in a minute, but right now, enjoy the 30s while they last because they will not. Bitter cold temperatures are dropping out of Canada, and there'll be measurable snow for some of us for the morning commute. I'll have details on exactly what you can expect here in a few moments.
You know, we're close to 40. That's sort of
spring-like.
spring-like.
Yeah, I didn't want to give you too hard of a time, but we set our standards.
Trying to think positive
15,
here.
it's spring. Yeah.
I know. All right, thanks.
All right, you bet.
Developing this evening, a Grand Forks businessman accused of punching a man from behind has turned himself into police. 38-year-old Patrick Novak faces a felony of aggravated assault. The charge stems from an incident last month at a Grand Forks bar. Court documents say Novak approached a man, started a conversation, and then followed the man to the Bun Lounge. Novak then allegedly punched the man, knocking him to the ground. The man was treated for several facial bone fractures, including one that required surgery. A judge ordered Novak to be released from jail on an appearance bond. Novak faces up to 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine if convicted. A former Catholic priest who once worked in Fargo pleaded not guilty this morning to charges of sexually abusing children. Fernando Sayasaya appeared in Cass County Court to face 2 felony counts of gross sexual imposition. His bail was set at $5 million. Back in December, prosecutors requested that high bail, saying he posed a flight risk. Sayasaya fled to the Philippines about 2 decades ago and never returned on his own. He served as a priest in the Fargo Diocese from 1995 to August 1998. Federal law enforcement officials worked with Filipino authorities to extradite him to the U.S. Sayasaya will be back in court in April. Meanwhile, another priest accused of sex crimes was charged this morning. 51-year-old Father Tony Ulrich of St. Cloud was charged with criminal sexual conduct for an inappropriate relationship with a woman who sought his help in 2013. Ulrich was arrested in Stearns County yesterday morning. According to a church website, Ulrich joined Christ Church Newman Center in 2007 and has served the diocese for over 20 years. Fargo police need your help identifying 2 people they believe were involved in criminal activity. Take a look at your screen. Officers want to speak with these 2. They are not involved in the same crime. If you recognize either one, call police at 241-5777. Fargo police want you to be aware of a scam making the rounds in the valley. It's a phone scam where someone identifies themselves as a member of the Fargo Police Department. According to police, the caller says if you pay $200, the issue will go away. Police remind you their staff will never call you and offer to make a criminal matter go away for any dollar amount. The man accused of attempted murder after trying to run over a police officer in Bismarck on January 18th was in court today for another hearing. Ulysses Villalobos requested to lower his bond to $10,000 or less. The judge rejected the request, saying there's risk to the community and law enforcement with Villalobos out in the public. Villalobos is charged with attempted murder and fleeing a peace officer. The flu can be much more severe in children, so recognizing the signs is key. We've got that for you. Still ahead tonight.